Please support them in their efforts to make this a fair and unbiased contest. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem. Good luck to both teams. Let's play some hockey.
Live from E-Line Ice Arena on the campus of the University School of Milwaukee, it's Saturday afternoon, and it's time to drop the puck as the 8-3 Wildcats play host to the 3-7 Wisconsin Valley Union. Good afternoon and welcome. Cam McGuire here high above rinkside as the Wildcats playing games in back-to-back days after setting a season high yesterday, 7 goals in a 7-3 thumping over the Warbirds. And the Wildcats are hot as of late, riding into this afternoon's contest on a 5-game win streak where they've outscored their opponents 19-5, and they've recorded 3 shutouts during that span. It'll be Sammy Stommel who gets to start in net once again for the Wildcats here this afternoon. The forward line of Molly Gunther, Lane Diffley, and Emily Mueller will start, and on the back end, it'll be Lily Valmont and Zoe Eline. A little bit about Wisconsin Valley Union. We mentioned their record of 3-7 on the year. They're looking to flip the page here as they come in with a 4-game losing skid and a 3-2 loss yesterday. They actually played right here at E-Line Ice Arena against the Lightning and lost 3-2. The puck's down. We're underway as the Wildcats in their home white uniforms, white jerseys, white helmets, navy blue pants. They're in on the attack down to our left. Emily Mueller, top of the point. She had one of 7 goals yesterday for the Wildcats off a beautiful passing play from Lane Diffley and Molly Gunther. And the first whistle, 26 seconds into the opening frame, as Eline shot snatched away by the goaltender here for Wisconsin Valley Union, number 36, Madison Wagner-Durr. Both teams will keep out the same personnel as Mueller wins the face-off to the left wing wall over to Gunther. Puck played up the near side. Wisconsin Valley Union looking to clear. Kept alive right side of the line by Lily Valmont. She'll bend it into the far corner. Gunther behind the cage has Diffley at the top of the crease. Mueller coming for the change, so DeLuca out on the ice. As the Wildcats, 51 seconds in, they've had the puck in the offensive end here to start this contest. Wisconsin Valley Union back through center. Here comes number 15, Shelby Schreiber. Her shot save made there. It's actually Molly Jex who's in net this afternoon, not Sammy Stommel. After Stommel got the win yesterday, so it's number 30 in net for the Wildcats. Down the left side, second save of the afternoon for Jex. That one coming from Leah Pavelski for Wisconsin Valley Union as the Wildcats look for a clear. Another shot save made by Molly Jex. Scooped up on the near side here by Ella Burke. And this shot sent wide from the right point by the captain, Shelby Schreiber, who will be active here in this one for Wisconsin Valley Union. Wildcats back in their defensive end. Puck squeezes its way to the near corner. Ella Burke possesses, and she'll bump it back on in. It's flocked up by Lily Valmont, who gets it ahead to Mallory DeLuca, who's on the move through center. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the opening period between the Wildcats and Wisconsin Valley Union. And for Wisconsin Valley Union, started the season 3 straight losses, and then it was 3 straight wins where they had 3 straight shutouts over Medford, Brookfield, and Northern Edge. But as we mentioned, looking to turn the page here and erase that 4-game losing skid. Wildcats on the ice with Charlotte Featherston, Jordan Bonk, and Eileen Carey. All 3 had tallies yesterday. Bonk with 2 as number 22 skates it behind the goal line. Bonk centers it off the side of the cage. Had Featherston and Carey streaking towards the net. Madison Wagner and Julia Schmidt on the blue line. Bonk now low behind the goal line. It's taken over by Wisconsin Valley Union number 17, Paige Bauer. Puck played right in front of the net of Wisconsin Valley Union. And now it's back out through center, and it'll be tracked down by Madison Wagner, who got the scoring started yesterday at 12:59 in the first period. And here comes Jordan Bonk, 1-on-2. At the end of a shift, she gets across the blue line. She'll dump it into the near corner. Wildcats go for a change. 13:47 to go here in the opening stanza. Still scoreless. The puck lugged in the offensive end by Wisconsin Valley Union, but good back pressure from the Wildcats, and it's feathered up by Emily Mueller. Mueller, Gunther, and Diffley back out up front as Jex makes the save for the Wildcats. Eline and Latterman on the back end. Puck freed up to Diffley. Quick pass up to Mueller. Mueller tries to knock it past Gwynn Beversdorf, gets it back, and she'll dump it on in and come for a change. So quick changes here for the Wildcats in the opening 4 minutes of the first period. Here comes Wisconsin Valley Union. High shot sent just wide off the backboards by Sarah Hopper. Wagner arrives at the scene in the far corner, tries to dodge pressure, and it wiggles its way free to Valmont. DeLuca now carries, sends a pass to the near side at Justine Cieslak. Now Wisconsin Valley Union regains possession. Here comes Gwynn Beversdorf. A save made into the glove of Molly Jex. And she'll hold on for no further play. 12:39 to go in the first period. Still no score between the Wildcats and Wisconsin Valley Union. Defensive zone draw here. Mallory DeLuca to do the honors. Out with Sophia Armbruster and Justine Cieslak. Wagner and Valmont patrol the blue line. Puck taken over by Wisconsin Valley Union. Out to the near side now, one-on-one battle in the near corner. It's Valmont and Sierra Snyder. And Triba pulls it free for Wisconsin Valley Union. Wisconsin Valley Union in their road black uniforms. Just about a powder blue number on the back, outlined in white. Tough to track down those numbers. As we mentioned, the Wildcats in their home whites. Delayed offside call against Wisconsin Valley Union. They touch up, and here comes Madison Wagner. Advances the puck through center. Now into the offensive end in the far corner. Wildcats in the midst of a line change up front. Charlotte Featherston, Eileen Carey, and Jordan Bonk now control in the attacking end down to our left. Puck will roll around the kick plate, near side boards, and back out through center. It's scooped up by number 2, Julia Schmidt. Schmidt being pressured by Cadence McGregor. And Schmidt gets it nicely up to Carey. Carey, a diagonal feed through the neutral zone, collected by Jordan Bonk. Tries to work her way around the defender. Slams on the Jets. Now dodging pressure. Knocked off the puck and collected by Wisconsin Valley Union. 11:06 to go here in the first period. Still no score. As Bonk receives the feed from Eline. Toe pull around the defender, back out to the far boards. Looking to center it to the high slot to Featherston. Broken up by Wisconsin Valley Union and back through center. Lugged on through by Paige Bauer. Bauer at the near side goal line. Tries a centering feed to Trinity Brusky. Broken up by the Wildcats and flung back out to the neutral zone. Carey intercepts the pass. She'll dump it on in. And the Wildcats will swap out all 5 skaters. Diffley, Gunther, and Mueller, Latterman, and Wagner on the back end. Jumped in by Wisconsin Valley Union. Now they'll go for their change. Molly Jex comes out of her cage. She leaves it for Beatrice Latterman. Shot, save made by Jex. Shot came from number 3, Gwyn Beversdorf. So stoppage in play. 10-10 to go in the opening stanza. And we're still scoreless. Emily Mueller wins the draw to the left wing side. Wildcats able to chip it out through center. Back to flag it down for Wisconsin Valley Union, Leah Pawalski. Pawalski, 12 points, 9 games. She leads this squad. 1 goal for the defenseman, but a team high 11 assists. Mueller in on the forecheck with Gunther. Puck works its way free to the far side half boards. Scooped up by Shelby Triba. And Triba sends it out to the neutral zone. And Wagner back to flag it down for the Wildcats. Good pass out to the right side to Gunther. Gunther diagonal feed to Diffley, just out of her reach. Now she's able to collect. We'll get across the red line and dump it on in here and come for the change. Just about halfway through the first period. Still no score, and we'll see our first icing of the afternoon. It will go against Wisconsin Valley Union. Face off at the far circle. Mallory DeLuca lined up to take it. Sophia Armbruster at the right wing and Justine Cieslak at the left wing. Julia Schmidt's shot from the right point, knocked down free as Cieslak trying to bang home the rebound. Valmont at the left side of the line. Schmidt plays it from the right point, back into the far corner. And scooped up by Armbruster, who knocks it back behind the goal line. Wisconsin Valley Union looking for the clear here. Cieslak in on the forecheck. Now Schmidt's in a pinch down from the right point. Nicely done to keep it in the offensive end. And now Armbruster will bend it back in. Flocked up by Wisconsin Valley Union and lugged out through center by Cadence McGregor. McGregor's long-range shot sticked aside by Molly Jex and gathered up by Julia Schmidt. Schmidt directs it on up to Cieslak, left wing side. Now to DeLuca. Battle ensuing right in front of the Wildcats bench to our left. Wisconsin Valley Union able to come out with the puck. It's dumped back in by Lizzie Haynes. And Zoe Eline, number 13 for the Wildcats, able to escape pressure. Tap back out through center. 7:56 to go here in the first period. No score. Eline gets across the attacking line, dumps it on in. Wildcats in the middle of a line change. So the defenseman will lead the forecheck. Sent back in behind the goal line by Charlotte Featherston. Carey arrives at the scene. Featherston high slot, now to Bonk at the right circle. Takes it for a skate. Featherston shot from inside the left circle, didn't go. And now Eline's wrister blocked away by the shin guards of the defender in front. And now Zoe Eline comes for the change. And an icing call against Wisconsin Valley Union. Stoppage in play. 7:23 to go in the first period. Shots all even at 4 apiece. Still no score. Wildcats had 2 goals in the first period last night. Came a minute and 14 seconds apart from one another. Wagner at 12:59 and Mueller at 14:13. Then it was another 2-goal period in the second. And to cap it off, a 3-goal third. Watch out, here's a 2-on-1 for Wisconsin Valley Union. Good shot block from Wagner, who drives Shelby Triba into the far corner. Long-range shot save made by Molly Jex. And a defensive zone face-off to come here for the Wildcats. Face off to the blocker side of Jex. Wisconsin Valley Union wins it. Off the skate of Wagner. Big save from Jex after Sarah Hopper sent it into the right shoulder. Wildcats looking for a clear here. Schmidt banks it off the boards. Up to Bonk, who tries to slap it out. Back on to Schmidt. Now Featherston knocks it down with her left skate. Reaching after it. Puck wedged back behind the Wildcats goal line. Beversdorf now circles the zone. Drops it back at the left point. Gets it back top of the right circle. Wrist shot sent high and wide off the back glass. And back out to the far half wall. Wagner able to knock it down with her shin pad. And now Beversdorf, long range shot redirected. Rebound save made by Jex, who had a slide over from the near post and able to keep it out of the back of the cage as Sarah Hopper was looking to make it a 1-0 lead for Wisconsin Valley Union. And another defensive zone draw for the Wildcats. 6:14 to go here in the first. Still a scoreless hockey game. Mueller, Gunther, and Diffley out up front with Eline and Valmont on the back end. Diffley takes the draw, wins it forward. And now Mueller's able to free the puck up. Here comes number 20 in white, Emily Mueller, racing down the left wing side. Skates it into the near corner. Played back up the wall. Diffley trying to swat it free inside the left circle. Wisconsin Valley Union able to wedge it out through center. And puck will just drift behind the goal line. Icing call against Wisconsin Valley Union. 5:48 to go here in the opening frame. Wildcats keep the same line out with Molly Gunther, Lane Diffley, and Emily Mueller. Eline keeps it alive in the attacking end to our left. Gunther arrives at the scene. Puck will wiggle its way back into the Wildcats' end as Mueller, the first one back to retrieve it. Takes it behind her cage. Smart pass up to Diffley, now to Gunther. Gunther trying to find it back to Diffley. Molly Gunther across the attacking line. At the end of his shift, she'll dump it on in. Wildcats come for a change. Justine Cieslak, Mallory DeLuca, Sophia Armbruster, the three forwards on the ice currently. And now Beatrice Latterman will dump it back on in. Puck played out by Wisconsin Valley Union. And another icing call with 4:56 to go in the first period. Still no score. Seen 3 icings in the last handful of minutes or so from Wisconsin Valley Union. The Wildcats looking to take advantage here with the offensive zone face-off, as DeLuca will do the honors. Cieslak lined up at the left wing. Armbruster at the right wing. Madison Wagner at the right point, pinches on in, keeps it alive, but flocked up by Gwen Beversdorf. Can't get it out through center. It's played back on behind the goal line for Wisconsin Valley Union. Play resumes on the far side half boards. Gathered up by Shelby Triba behind her goal line. And now sent the length of the ice once again, won't make its way to the goal line. Wagner the first one back for the Wildcats. Dishes it up to Armbruster. Now over to the far side to DeLuca. Up to Cieslak. One-on-one here for Justine Cieslak. Long range shot, redirected wide. And she'll come for a change. Attacking here, number 15, Shelby Triba. Her shot into the shin pads of Lily Valmont. Gathered up by Jordan Bonk with exactly 4 minutes to go. Bonk down the left side, cuts to the middle, now to the right side with it on her forehand. Shoots, and a pad save from Madison Wagner-Durr. Bonk, who raced down the left wing side, then cut to the middle, found herself at the right circle. Gets it back here. Wrist shot sent just high and wide off the back glass. So 2 good looks from number 22, Jordan Bonk. Valmont left point into the glove of Wagner-Durr. The screen in front from Featherston. Wagner Durr will hold on for no further play. 3:35 to go here. Opening period. Featherston takes the face-off. Bonk at the left wing, Carey at the right. Valmont left point, Schmidt right point. 2-on-2 for Wisconsin Valley Union. Long-range shot from Taylor Ferguson. Stick down by Molly Jex. Now Jordan Bonk able to free it up. Potential 2-on-1. Carey. Back pressure from Wisconsin Valley Union and some changes from the Wildcats, able to break it up. Valmont heavy shot sent wide off the backboards. Now Schmidt corrals at the right point. Taps it along for Molly Gunther, who races after it behind the goal line as Maya Cullen corrals it for Wisconsin Valley Union. Valmont from the left point trying to dump it on deep. Puck squeezes its way through the center ice logo and rounded up by the Wildcats. Here comes Emily Mueller down her off wing, peels away from pressure once, twice, now cuts to the middle. Wrist shot, glove save made by Madison Wagner Durr, who will seal it away for a faceoff. So a couple good looks here from the Wildcats in the last minute or so. The most recent one coming right here from Emily Mueller, but the glove of Madison Wagner Durr keeps it out of the net. 2:30 to go here in the opening period. Mallory DeLuca, Sophia Armbruster, and Justine Cieslak working on the forecheck. DeLuca frees it up behind the cage, out to the near side. Left side of the line to Beatrice Latterman. Her shot redirected wide. Gathered up behind the goal line by Wisconsin Valley Union. They look to work it through center. Instead, it's Latterman who takes control. Tries to send it into the far corner, and it's back out through center. Ella Burke down the left wing side. Good job by the forward Justine Cieslak to get back and break up the opportunity. Charlotte Featherston out of her own end. Under 2 minutes to go here now in the first period. Featherston, a nice move to play it to herself off the wall to Armbruster. Back to Featherston. Save made by Wagner Durr. As Charlotte Featherston sent it to Sophia Armbruster. Featherston got it back. And a couple big saves here in the last minute or so by Madison Wagner Durr have this game still deadlocked at 0 apiece. Back out through center, Wisconsin Valley Union in the midst of a line change. They'll dump it on in behind the goal line. Rounded up by Zoe Eline. Eline plays it up the near side boards to Eileen Carey. And now Carey gets it over the far side to Featherston. Up to Bonk, back to Carey. Carey over to the right wing side to Bonk across the attacking line. Works her way around the forward, high slot to Carey, tried to pull it to her backhand. Puck's free in the blue paint. And able to put her mid on top of it was Wagner Durr and hold on for no further play. Just under a minute to go here in the first period. Face-off at the far circle, won by Wisconsin Valley Union. Here comes Madison Wagner from the left point, pinches on in, keeps it alive in the attacking end. Diffley back for Wagner, who walks the line. Wrist shot off the glove of the defender in front. Gunther scoops it up. Big save made by Wagner Durr. Puck's free in front. Boy, there was about 8 players or so in about a 5-foot vicinity at the top of the blue paint. Wisconsin Valley Union able to keep it out of the cage. Under 20 seconds to go here now. Mueller winds up through the neutral zone. Takes it to the left side. Wrist shot off the glove, it looked like, of Wagner Durr and back into the end glass. One more rush here for Wisconsin Valley Union with 5 seconds to go. They'll dump it on in behind the goal line. And it will be an icing call with 0.3 to go in the opening 17 minutes of play. Horn will sound. First period is complete. And we're scoreless through 17 minutes of play. And it looks like we will take our ice cut right now. So 1 period in the books, no score between the Wildcats and Wisconsin Valley Union. Right now it reads shots in favor of the Wildcats 10-7. We'll take a pause in the action just like they will do down at ice level, and we'll see you when we return for period number 2 coming up next. And we welcome you back inside E-Line Ice Arena. No score after 17 minutes of play. Puck is down and we're underway for period number 2. Cam McGuire here with you this afternoon. Glad to have you along as the Wildcats looking to break the ice here as they'll attack down to our right. Start with the line of Charlotte Featherston, Eileen Carey, Jordan Bonk, Lily Valmont, and Madison Wagner on the back end. Wagner back behind her own cage to flag this one down for the Wildcats. Number 26 in white will dodge away from pressure. Sends it up to the near side half wall to number 22, Jordan Bonk. Back down low to Wagner. And now Wagner spinning away from pressure once again as Wisconsin Valley Union in on the forecheck. No score and no penalties in that opening 17 minutes of play as a glove save made there by Molly Jex. Fought off with her glove after a heavy shot from number 15, Shelby Triba. Now Bonk tries to push it past Triba. It's back out through center ice. So about a minute and 10 seconds gone by here, and Wisconsin Valley Union has had the pressure down to our left. Wagner back. Wildcats will need a change once they get it back out through center. They've got the long change here this shift, obviously with the defensive end down to our left and their bench just about a couple feet to our left. Triba sends it along the end boards, and it's scooped up by Valmont. Plays it up the near side to Sophia Armbruster. She's been the only player that's been able to change here in this minute and 50 seconds. So a long shift here for the Wildcats, who looking to break it out. Shot sent just wide by Ella Burke. Now far side. Out to the left point, Leah Pavelski. And the Wildcats will finally be able to get a change as Molly Jex makes the glove save. So our first stoppage coming 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the middle frame. Wisconsin Valley Union with that attack down to our left. Only one shot on goal, however. So the Wildcats send out the unit of Mallory DeLuca, Sophia Armbruster, and Justine Cieslak, Beatrice Latterman, and Julia Schmidt on the blue line. Cieslak takes control for the Wildcats. Tries to send it up to Armbruster, out of her reach. Icing going to be waved off. Back to settle it down is Leah Pavelski. Pavelski will angle it to the far side up the half wall. Picked off by Molly Gunther. Gunther will backhand it behind the goal line. And the Wildcats quick change here. Cieslak leaves for Zoe Eline, who came down from the left point. And now Gunther fighting for the puck. Frees it up for Mueller. Left circle to the high slot. Shot from Gunther into the skates of the defender in front. That was number 6, Lizzie Haynes. Here's Pavelski, fumbles at Mueller. High slot, wrist shot blocked away by the stick of Pavelski. Mueller races up to it. Has Gunther high slot. Tries a centering feed off the skate of Pavelski. Gets it back. Wagner can't settle it down at the right side of the line. She takes it for a skate behind her own blue. Quick pass up to Emily Mueller. Now knocked free by Pavelski. Wagner corrals across the blue line, 1-on-2, tries to split the defender. She does, tripped up on the play. Delayed penalty call as Wagner still possesses. Checks to the bench for an extra attacker, 6-on-5 advantage on the delayed penalty, and Wisconsin Valley Union able to touch up. It'll be 2 minutes tripping at 3:46. And it's going to come against number 8, Leah Pavelski. So we'll see our first power play of the afternoon as we look for our first goal. Charlotte Featherston, Eileen Carey, Lily Valmont, Jordan Bonk, Madison Wagner. We'll get a close angle at this one as the Wildcats attacking directly below us here in this second frame. Wisconsin Valley Union shorthanded back the other way, but it's scooped up by Wagner. Wagner, right wing, near half wall, takes it behind the goal line. Out to the far corner to Carey. Up to the left point to Bonk. We'll set the positions for you here. Valmont top of the crease. Featherston corralling the puck behind the goal line. Bonk at the left point, Wagner at the right. Bonk over to Wagner, right circle, chips it into the near corner. Now it's picked up by Wisconsin Valley Union. Clearing effort kept alive nicely by Bonk. And now it's finally sent the length of the ice by number 15, Shelby Triba. 62 seconds to go here on the man advantage for the Wildcats. 12:15 to play in the second. Still no score. As Featherston looks to shake it in the offensive end. Had it knocked off first stick by Triba. Bonk will settle it down in the neutral zone. Eline escapes pressure through the center ice logo. Kicks it out to the left wing to Carey. Carey now drops it back for Featherston, who delivers it back for Bonk. Bonk top of the line. Outer left circle out of the reach of Featherston, but corralled up by Carey, who's pushed up in the far corner. Featherston arrives at the scene as well as DeLuca. Numbers in favor of the Wildcats, 3-on-2, but it's Wisconsin Valley Union who comes out with the puck in a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Shelby Triba gets around Bonk. Her shot safe made by Jex. 14 seconds to go here on the power play. 11:27 to go in the second period. Eline lugs it out through center. Gets across the red line. Now has it taken off her stick. Watch out, here comes Wisconsin Valley Union. Partial breakaway, but a good back check from Molly Gunther. Able to disrupt the opportunity, and Wisconsin Valley Union not able to get a shot. Power play over, so the Wildcats 0 for 1. And fumbling the puck there was Pavelski, picked up by Diffley in the near corner. 15 in white for the Wildcats. Out to the top of the point, Eline sends it off the far boards, but flocked up by Wisconsin Valley Union and sent back out through center. Schmidt's pass intended for Diffley out of her reach, and now Diffley gets it back. Diffley trying to connect with Emily Mueller, and now it's going to be an icing call against the Wildcats. Just about 10.5 minutes to go here in the middle frame, still no score. Defensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Mallory DeLuca will do the honors. One back by Wisconsin Valley Union. Shot sticked away by Jex. DeLuca out with Sophia Armbruster and Justine Cieslak. Julia Schmidt, Beatrice Latterman on the blue line. Latterman and DeLuca battling for a loose puck. Now Cieslak arrives at the scene, able to wedge it free. Armbruster over to Cieslak. 1-on-2 advantage. And Cieslak able to nudge it behind the goal line. Wildcats will look for a change here as DeLuca and Cieslak go off for two new skaters, Mueller and Diffley. Emily Mueller controls behind her own blue. Will wind up through center. Down the left side, 2-on-2 rush. Mueller, wrist shot, sent high as it catches the end glass. And now Wagner pinches from the right point. Wiggles its way to the top of the line to Mueller. Scooped up by Shelby Triba. Triba's shot from the neutral zone sent wide off the backboards. And Wisconsin Valley Union will get a change as they dump it in behind the goal line. Picked up by Lane Diffley. Spinning away from pressure. Pass picked off through center by Pavelski. Sent on in and sticked aside by Jex. 9 minutes to go here in the second period, and we're still scoreless. As the Wildcats look to bat it out, able to squeeze it through center, but with possession is Wisconsin Valley Union. Valmont able to free it up, but right back to the stick of Paige Bauer. Bauer plays it over her defensive partner and Leah Pavelski. Pavelski back for Bauer. Bauer has to go back to retrieve it. Bauer plays it up the boards, picked off by Bonk. Bonk, left circle, Left point to Valmont, who dumps it on into the far corner. Featherston pressuring with the forecheck. Skates it to the near corner. Carey arrives at the seam for the Wildcats. Corrals it on her backhand behind the goal line. Takes it for a skate behind the cage. Drops back for Featherston below the left circle. Pardon me, that's Bonk. Now the puck will reverse to the near side. Wagner pinches down low. Keeps it alive. Pass intercepted, high slot by Bonk. Had it on her forehand, tried to pull to the backhand, but it just split the two defenders as it rolled off her stick. And with that being said, Wisconsin Valley Union forced to ice the puck. 7:50 to go here in the middle stanza. Still a scoreless hockey game. Face-off, won by the Wildcats. Bonk, Featherston, and Carey controlling the attacking ends. Played up the far wall by Wisconsin Valley Union and back out through center. Centering feed to the high slot, batted at by Bonk. Bonk able to tap it off the stick of Pavelski. Carey racing after it through center. Smash back into the Wildcats end by number 25, Cadence McGregor. As Wisconsin Valley Union back in on the attack. Top of the right circle to the high slot. Shot sent just wide off the backboards by Ella Burke. And icing going to be waved off against Wisconsin Valley Union as Eline's back to control it for the Wildcats. Molly Gunther down the right wing side across the blue line has Diffley streaking to the net. Long range shot off the stick up into the stomach. And then corralled back in by the paddle of Madison Wagner-Durr. She'll hold on for no further play. 6.5 to go here in the second, still no score. Diffley, Gunther, and Mueller looking to break the ice here. Wisconsin Valley Union back the other way. Latterman and Wagner patrolling the blue line. Wagner skates after the loose puck in the near corner in the Wildcats end. Kept alive by Paige Bauer, who flings one wide off the back glass. Bauer gets it back left side of the line. Her shot redirected, blocked down in front, sent just wide. Wagner will sweep it free, but it'll be an icing call against the Wildcats with 5:50 to go in the second. Defensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Mallory DeLuca will take it. Will win it free. Valmont skating after it in the near corner. So it's DeLuca, Armbruster, Cieslak. Eline and Valmont on the back end. Here's Justine Cieslak. Able to split the defenders. But a back check from Gwen Beaversdorf will break it up. Valmont back to flag it down, plays it up the near boards. Number 14, Sophia Armbruster. Armbruster will leave it for Mallory DeLuca, who will dump it on in. But an icing call against the Wildcats, 5:13 to go in the second. Wildcats will swap out personnel. As Charlotte Featherston will do the honors. Wins it, pulled free by Bonk. Here's a 2-on-1. Bonk down the right side as Carey on the left wing. Took a tumble, able to get it to Carey. Left circle. And now Carey has to race after the loose puck. 3-on-2 on the far boards. Numbers in favor of Wisconsin Valley Union, but the Wildcats able to come free. Carey bends it up to the left point to Wagner. And now swatted at through center. Bonk to track this one back down behind her own blue. Quick pass off, picked off by Wisconsin Valley Union. Madison Wagner corrals it behind her own blue line. Bonk now takes over for the Wildcats. Wisconsin Valley Union will dump it in behind the Wildcat end line. Schmidt upended on the play, no call. Played back through the center ice logo. Wagner will wind it up behind her end line. Schmidt tries to find Carey. Picked off through center by Schreiber. Schreiber controlling here. Good stick from Jordan Bonk. Will nudge it through center. Schreiber gets back for Wisconsin Valley Union. Across the attacking line, down the left wing side, has her pocket picked nicely by Julia Schmidt. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Wildcats. Schmidt down the right side as Diffley down the left wing. Schmidt, shot, glove save made by Molly Jex. She'll hold on for a face-off, 3:31 to go in the second period, still no score. Mueller takes the draw directly below us. Gunther lined up behind her right shoulder. Diffley at the left wing. Gunther batting it free. Sends it loose to the high slot. Mueller nudges it free for Eline at the right side of the line. He skates down the near boards. Now Molly Gunther picks it off. Long range shot off the backboards. Leah Pavelski there for Wisconsin Valley Union. She'll dash through center, gets across the red line, and will send it behind the goal line. Zoe Eline the first one back. Now a good shot block from Beatrice Latterman. Here comes Emily Mueller down the right side, trying to wedge it free. Schmidt plays it back into the offensive end. Pass over to the right wing for Wisconsin Valley Union. Schmidt's back to corral it for the Wildcats. Cieslak, DeLuca, Armbruster, Valmont, and Schmidt on the back end. 2:17 to go here in the second period. Still looking for our first goal of the afternoon. We've had just one penalty. It was a tripping call at 3:46 of the middle frame to Wisconsin Valley Union's Pavelski. And an icing call here against Wisconsin Valley Union. Just a tad over 2 minutes to play in the second. Mallory DeLuca will take the draw. Justine Cieslak, left wing. Sophia Armbruster, right wing. Lily Valmont, left point. Julia Schmidt at the right point. Face off, one back by DeLuca. Valmont sends it on net. Glove down by Wagner Durr. And we'll see a face off in the same spot. DeLuca wins it once again to Cieslak. Smacked that free, high slot. Wagner Durr puts her mitt on top of it once again. So two face-off wins. A couple shots on net. All happening in just 10 seconds. Ella Burke will be kicked out of the circle for Wisconsin Valley Union. DeLuca stays in for the Wildcats. Shelby Triba, DeLuca third straight face-off win. Valmont floats it just high. Here's DeLuca battling in the near corner. Wedges it up the near side boards, but taken over by Wisconsin Valley Union. Shelby Triba tries to send it through the skates of Valmont. She does. Triba, left pad save from Molly Jex, as Shelby Triba looking to get the game's first goal of the afternoon. Back through center. Here's Charlotte Featherston. Pokes it past Triba. Skates after it in the near corner. Works it over to Carey in the far corner. Carey trying to center it to Bonk. Now sent back out through the neutral zone. We're down to 1 minute to play in the second period. Shots in favor of the Wildcats, 16-11. But we're still scoreless. Once again, Featherston near corner. Trying to bat at it free. Bonk arrives at the scene. She'll pull it away for the Wildcats. Now to the high slot, pulls to the forehand, wrist shot redirected wide. Bonk repossesses. Far circle. Picked off by Wisconsin Valley Union and lifted the length of the ice. Wagner back to settle it down for the Wildcats. 25 seconds to go here. Featherston through the center ice logo. Out to the left wing side. Gets her way around the defender. Takes a slash in the shin guards. We heard that one from up here, but no call made. And here's Molly Gunther's shot, sticked aside by Molly Jex. E-line, left point. Her wrist shot blocked down. Just 2 seconds to go. Horn will sound. And just how we left after the first period, we'll leave the second period the same way with no score on the board. Shots 16 in favor of the Wildcats. So 4 in the second for Wisconsin Valley Union and 6 in the second for the Wildcats. We'll take a quick pause in the action and we'll resume play in just about 4.5 minutes for period number 3 coming up next. It's been a quiet score sheet thus far through 2 periods of play, as the score reads 0-0 between the Wildcats and Wisconsin Valley Union. We welcome you back for third period action. Cam McGuire here with you. We mentioned no score on the board and just one penalty called here this afternoon. Is a tripping call against Wisconsin Valley Union in that middle frame, but nothing to show for the Wildcats. Puck is down and we're underway for the final 17 minutes. Lane Diffley, Emily Mueller, and Molly Gunther start up front. Beatrice Latterman and Julia Schmidt. Dumped back in by Wisconsin Valley Union, who will attack directly below us here down to our right. Wildcats attacking to our left, as Molly Jex will make the save 27 seconds into the third period, and the Wildcats will swap out personnel on the back end. Mueller wins the face-off back to Zoe Eline, who's out with Madison Wagner. And now Diffley sent it free. What a save off the stick of Molly Jex. A big blast from Shelby Triba. Jex had to go down in the splits and make the stick save. Back into the back glass. Get a quick replay of that one there. Big save. And an icing call against Wisconsin Valley Union. 2 whistles, just 56 seconds gone by here in the third period of play. Shots in favor of the Wildcats, 16-11 through 2 periods of play. 6 in the second for the Wildcats, 4 for Wisconsin Valley Union in the middle frame. Already with 2 so far, however, through the first 56 seconds. Wisconsin Valley Union wins the defensive zone draw, but smacked the length of the ice by Wagner in an icing call against the Wildcats face-off. We'll come back in the defensive end. Minute 7 gone by here. DeLuca will take the draw. Out up front with Armbruster and Cieslak, Valmont and Schmidt on the back end. Save made by Jex after it was redirected in front. Now Cieslak racing after it. Trying to pester number 17, that's Paige Bauer, who had the initial shot right there that Jex kept out of the cage. So 2 big saves from Molly Jex in the first 90 seconds of the third stanza. Valmont sweeps it over to Schmidt. Now it's DeLuca who possesses for the Wildcats. Wisconsin Valley Union sends it back on in behind the goal line. Valmont will scoop it up for the Wildcats. Shot redirected, went off the stomach of Valmont and then into the stomach of Molly Jex, who makes another save and another defensive zone face-off here to come. See the save there from Jex, right in between the left arm. 15:07 to go here in the third. Bonk, Carey, and Featherston now lug it into the attacking end. It's Featherston down the right side. Pushed up against the back wall and played up the far side boards by Wisconsin Valley Union. Taken over by Wagner. She'll rim it along the backboards. Out to the near corner. Carey, the first one on the scene. Puck squirts free. And here comes Wisconsin Valley Union back through center. Working right to left here in the third period. Wisconsin Valley Union in their away black uniforms. Black helmets, black pants. Numbers in blue outlined in white. Wildcats in their home white uniforms, white helmets, navy blue pants. Carey tries to center it to Bonk. Picked off. Mueller holds the line. It's just nudged out through center. And Mueller will bend it on into the far corner, and Diffley Hard in on the forecheck for the Wildcats. Puck bouncing through center ice. Tapped down by Wisconsin Valley Union. And Maya Cullen will sweep it behind the goal line. Picked up by Zoe Eline, works up the near side boards. Taken over by Shelby Triba. And a stick save made from Molly Trex, who will pull it in and hold on for a face-off. 13:38 to go in the third period. Still no score. Face-off directly below us here. Won by the Wildcats. Molly Gunther will lead the rush down the ice. Gets across the red line, she'll dump it on in. Diffley and Gunther in on the forecheck. Shelby Triba trying to pull away from pressure. Triba back through the neutral zone. Chips it past the defender. Wagner the first one back for the Wildcats. And Gunther will sweep it clear to the neutral zone. Shot from Triba, stick save made from Jex, who's been active here in the first 4 minutes of the third period. She's made 6 saves already. And Gunther will bounce it the length of the ice. And icing going to be waved off. Wildcats able to get a change here. Justine Cieslak, Sophia Armbruster, Mallory DeLuca. Here's Lily Valmont left side of the line. Her shot blocked down. Wagner top of the point. Her shot blocked down as well. Wisconsin Valley Union will lug it through center. Down the left side is Ella Burke. Burke gets around Valmont. Stops on a dime off the skate of Jex. And now Armbruster plays it for Cieslak. Cieslak collects. Tries to get past the defender. Here she is all alone on a breakaway. Justine Cieslak shot save made by Madison Wagner Durr. Has Justine Cieslak trying to beat Wagner Durr on the glove side. All in all, a good effort from Cieslak, who had to carry it on her backhand right here and then work her way to the high slot. Madison Wagner Durr makes her first save on the third period. Shots even up at 17 apiece now. A Schmidt shot from the right point, ricochets wide. Bonk now left circle, wrist shot blocked down. So the Wildcats have had a couple shots blocked here in the opening 5 minutes of play in the final frame. Schmidt now sends it over to the far side half wall. Feathered up by Bonk. Quickly up to Carey across the center ice logo. Shot from the blue line blocked down by Triba, who's back to skate for it. Featherston hard in on the forecheck in the far corner. Featherston plays it to Jordan Bonk, now to Carey high slot. Carey kicks it to her skate, kicks it from her skate to her stick. The shot wouldn't make its way on target. Wildcats in the middle of a line change. On the back end, Eline and Schmidt. And here's Mueller. Mueller trying to free it up. Schmidt back through center. And offside call against the Wildcats. Just a tad over 11 minutes to go in the third period, still no score. Faceoff comes just outside the Wisconsin Valley Union blue line. Mallory DeLuca, Lane Diffley, Emily Mueller stay on the ice. Eline Valmont hold down the blue line. Eline pinches from the left side of the line. Puck now tied up on the near side half boards. And freed out by Wisconsin Valley Union back through center. Down the right wing side. Now shot didn't make its way to target. Shelby Triba skates to the bench now. Must have been a broken stick. And now Mueller will wind it up through center. Mueller across the attacking line. Knocked free by Pavelski. Pavelski lugs it down the left side, left circle, long range shot off the side of the twine. And Valmont Up to Lane Diffley. Diffley cuts to the middle. 3 players back, however, for Wisconsin Valley Union. So she'll dump it on into the near corner. Diffley in on the forecheck. DeLuca batting it free. 9:42 to go here in the third period. Still no score. Icing going to be waved off against Wisconsin Valley Union. Schmidt now behind her own cage. Tries to work it up the right wing side. Has to send it back to the near side to her defensive partner, Madison Wagner. Wagner now carries in her own end. Wagner across the blue line. Sweeps it free just ahead of Armbruster. And tracked back down by Shelby Triba. And back through the neutral zone. Eileen Carey on the move through center, across the attacking line. Carey, left dot. Couldn't get the shot to go. Bonk, Featherston, and Carey out on the attack in the offensive end. Featherston holds the line nicely. It just nudges its way free to the center ice. And back out through center, but an icing call here against Wisconsin Valley Union. 8:35 to go in the third. Still no score between the Wildcats and Wisconsin Valley Union. We'll see an offensive zone draw here. Charlotte Featherston takes the draw. Eileen Carey lined up at the right wing. Jordan Bonk at the left wing. Beatrice Latterman at the left point, and Zoe Eline at the right point. Wisconsin Valley Union looks to break it out here. They're able to knock it through to center. Now Eline back for the loose puck in the near corner. Nicely done as she banks it off the boards, back to her stick. Carey, great pass over to Jordan Bonk. Bonk now racing after it, right circle. Bonk peels away from pressure, just behind Featherston. Valmont back to get it, winds up. Stick save made by Wagner Durr. Now it's Featherston behind the goal line. Featherston, left side of the line. Valmont, wrist shot. Ooh, sent just side. Looks like Jex did get a piece of it. And now the net is knocked off its moorings. 7:47 to go in the third. We'll see where they put the face off. We're still looking for the first score. Face-off will stay back in the Wisconsin Valley Union end. Mueller wins it. Diffley shot off the side of the cage. Stoppage down at ice level. Looks like the net wiggled free once again. So we'll reset and do it all again. Take two. Face-off won by Wisconsin Valley Union. Squirted the length of the ice. Icing going to be waved off as it barely touches the back wall. And now Molly Gunther on the far side, half boards. Puck back into the near corner. Valmont. Over for Diffley. Valmont. Back over to the far corner. And now Diffley will settle it up behind her own goal line. Gunther's pass intended for Mueller. Ahead of her. Wisconsin Valley Union dumps it back on in. Mueller plays it ahead. Trying to headman Carey. Now she races after it. Near corner. Featherston, Bonk, and Carey. Eline and Wagner. Carey pulls it free. Eline comes alive from the left point, but it's just knifed out through center. 6:25 to go here in the third period. Still no score. Featherston trying to free it up on the far side half wall. Wisconsin Valley Union able to pull it free. Good stick from Eline. Now to the near side. Bonk able to knife it free for Carey. Watch out here. Here comes Eileen Carey. Carey pulls to the middle. Gets around one. Now two. Long range shot into the glove of Madison Wagner-Durr. But an offensive zone draw to come as Wagner-Durr holds on with 5:55 to go in the third period. Mueller takes the draw. Diffley will be at the right wing. Gunther at the left. Valmont left point. Julia Schmidt right point. Diffley out to Valmont. Wrist shot. Save made by Wagner-Durr. Gunther now sweeps it behind the goal line. Now Schmidt over the far half boards to Diffley. Diffley high slot. Gunther's shot blocked down by the defender in front. Valmont keeps it alive in the attacking end. Valmont tripped up on the play, delayed penalty call, and the Wildcats go to work on the man advantage. Just the second penalty of the afternoon. However, the second tripping call against Wisconsin Valley Union. We'll see if the Wildcats can pull ahead here. So it's number 28, Sarah Hopper, at 11:37 of the third period. A face-off won by Wisconsin Valley Union and floated out through center. Wagner, Bonk, Valmont, Featherston, and Carey out on the power play. As Bonk has to race after this one, being pressured by Triba. Carey now will wind up through the center ice logo, across the attacking line. Minute 21 to go in the power play, 4:42 to go in the final period, still no score. Featherston down low to Carey. Carey to the high slot, pass picked off by Triba. She'll backhand this one the length of the ice. Bonk now sends it ahead for Wagner. As the Wildcats swapping out personnel, picked off here by Beaversdorf. Shot save made by Jex. She pulls it in for no further play. 4:16 to go in the final period, 53 seconds left on the 2-minute tripping call to Sarah Hopper. Diffley wins it back to Mueller. Mueller, Diffley, DeLuca, Gunther, and Eline out on the power play. Wisconsin Valley Union dumps it back in behind the goal line. Mueller, quick pass up to Diffley, left wing. Across the red line. It's met by 3 Wisconsin Valley Union players. Back for Mueller. Gets it over to Eline. Wrist shot blocked down in front by the defender and lugged back out through center. That's number 8, Leah Pavelski. Mueller swings it over to Eline. Eline up to Diffley. Diffley across the blue line. Diffley drops back for Gunther. Just 7 seconds to go here on the power play. Mueller walks the line. Drops back for Schmidt. Forehand shot redirected in front by DeLuca, but off the left leg of Wagner-Durr. And the Wildcats not able to capitalize on the power play. And now an icing call against Wisconsin Valley Union. 3:12 to go in the third period. And the Wildcats able to escape there as Sarah Hopper was coming out of the box and would have been all alone on a breakaway. But the pass just in front of her, so she couldn't handle it. Offensive zone face-off here, 3:12 to go, still no score. As Featherston takes the draw. Bonk at the left wing, Carey at the right. Schmidt right point, Wagner left point. Looks like the coach of Wisconsin Valley Union wanting an explanation on the icing call. And now they're going to put the draw back at center ice. Whoopsie daisies, not sure why. Carey across the attacking line. Left wing side, Carey, Bonk, and Featherston stay out on the ice. Wagner and Schmidt do so as well on the blue line. Here comes Triba, shot, blocker save made by Jex. Punched away to the near corner, swept in front, and it went just wide. Good stick from Julia Schmidt, able to knock it free. Featherston up to Carey. Here come the Wildcats. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bonk across the attacking line at the end of a shift. Carey will go for the change. And here comes Lane Diffley racing after the loose puck. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Still no score. As Featherston wiggles it free for the Wildcats. Gunther in the high slot, but Featherston has her pocket picked by Beaversdorf. Now Featherston able to knife it free. Diffley collects behind the cage. Lane Diffley centers it. It splits the defenders up top. And Mueller back to retrieve it for the Wildcats with exactly 2 minutes to play. Diffley winds up in her own end. Down the right wing side. Cuts to the middle. On her forehand. Wrist shot redirected just wide. Molly Gunther races after the loose puck. Off angle shot. Blocked aside. And corralled up by Wisconsin Valley Union. Back out through center. Madison Wagner will knock it down. Now it's Eline back in her own end. Plays it up to Gunther. Gunther across center red. Smashes it on in and will go for a change. 80 seconds to go here in the third period. Still no score. Back through center comes Ella Burke for Wisconsin Valley Union. Good play there by number 26 in white. Madison Wagner. And Wisconsin Valley Union able to dump it back on in. Schmidt back here for the Wildcats up the near boards to Carey. Now Carey over to Featherston. Featherston through center. Featherston down the left wing side. Skates it into the near corner. Under a minute to go now. Wildcats attacking. Here's Carey high slot with it on her backhand. Pulls away. Turnaround wrist shot blocked down in front. And trying to squeeze it out to the neutral zone, and now they will. As Valmont controls it back behind her own blue line. 33 seconds to go. Schmidt now plays it up and looks to be offside. Against Wisconsin Valley Union. 30 seconds to go here in the third. Still no score. Face off just outside the Wildcat blue line, won by Wisconsin Valley Union. Down the right side. Off angle shot. Sticked aside by Jex. Now it's Mueller who collects. Mueller through center. 13 seconds to go. Down the left side. Good defensive play there from the defender. And here comes Wisconsin Valley Union's number 3, Gwen Beesdorf. 2 seconds, her shot. Glove save made by Molly Jex, who holds on with 0.2 seconds to go. Jex able to keep it out of the cage as we watch the replay. Just 0.2 to go. Mueller wins it back. No score through regulation. Shots even at 20. Scoreboard reads 0-0. So we will have some extra hockey when we return in just a moment. Stay with us. Three periods of play, not enough to decide a winner, and not enough to see our first goal of the afternoon as we head to overtime, deadlocked at 0. An 8-minute overtime session here. Wildcats will attack down to our right as they win the opening faceoff. Diffley, Gunther, and Mueller out up front. Eline and Wagner on the back ends. Eline sends it behind the goal line. Diffley in on the forecheck. Gunther races after it in the far corner, and now will knock it behind the cage, where it's scooped up by Wisconsin Valley Union's Leah Pavelski. Pavelski out to the right side to Sarah Hopper. Long-range shot, takes a hop. And a save made by Molly Jex. Flocked up by Madison Wagner. Wagner up to Gunther. Now over to Diffley. Hops over the stick of number 15 in white. And re-corralled by the other 15. But here come the Wildcats. Emily Mueller across the attacking line to the high slot left side. Wrist shot fought off by the blocker of Wagner Durr. Mueller, right point to Schmidt. Schmidt plays it off the back wall. Carey now collects. Eileen Carey trying to kick it free. Gets it to Bonk. Takes it to the far side. Now trying to play it to the high slot. Featherston sweeps at it. Save made. Now off the side of the cage from Bonk. Back to Featherston and went wide. Minute 20 gone by in overtime. 6:40 to go. Wildcats pressuring hard here in the attacking end. And Wisconsin Valley Union able to get the clear, but it will go down as an icing. We'll see an offensive zone faceoff here to go with 6:27 left in overtime. Still no score. No score, just 2 penalties called. 2 tripping minors against Wisconsin Valley Union, one in the second, one in the third. Featherston will take the faceoff directly below us. Carey at the right wing, Bonk at the left wing. Wagner at the right point, Eline at the left point. Face-off one, Bonk centers it off the paddle of Wagner Durr. Now Eline pinches from the left side. Played off the skate in front and sent back out through center. Bonk now will dump it on in to the near corner. Picked up by Paige Bauer. Bauer for Shelby Triba. Now it's freed up to Eline. Backhands it to Gunther. Wildcats in the middle of a line change as Mueller comes on the ice. Able to knock it off the stick. And Eline plays it behind her own goal line. Gunther trying to sweep it free at the far red line. Played up for Eline. And now Wagner back to settle it down for the Wildcats. Quickly up to Diffley. Diffley will take it down the right wing side. With it on her off wing. Slams on the brakes. Now to Gunther. Her shot blocked down. Won't make its way to the net. Belmont left point. Her shot off target. Good stick from Gunther to keep it alive. And Valmont will carom it along the end boards. Back over to the far side. Valmont activates from the left side of the line. Diffley behind the goal line. Featherston collects. Far side half boards. Wrist shot sent just wide. Schmidt pinches right point. It's been all Wildcats here in the first 3 minutes of overtime. Featherston knocks it free. Puck is loose. And now Wisconsin Valley Union will ice it once again. 4:42 to go in this extra session. Still no score. Featherston takes the face-off. Bonk and Carey. And Wisconsin Valley Union will use their timeout. 4:42 to go in overtime. So Wisconsin Valley Union uses their timeout here with 4:42 to go in overtime. Like we said, it's been all Wildcats here in the opening minutes of the overtime session. as the Wildcats, Charlotte Featherston will do the honors in the face-off circle. Jordan Bonk lined up behind her left shoulder. Left point, Lily Valmont controls. Over to Julia Schmidt. Wrist shot. Scores! Overtime winner from Julia Schmidt. And the Wildcats come out with a 1-0 victory over Wisconsin Valley Union. Julia Schmidt, the game winner. Walk-off fashion here this afternoon. Julia Schmidt gets it done for the Wildcats, who come out victorious 1-0. And that'll do it here this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in.